hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your YouTube, because they're banning everybody out here.
Smile and watch it all burn.
So recently, YouTube decided to go on a mass purge and start banning and demonetizing and just deleting videos all over the place, and everybody's all pissed off. Understandably so. You build this audience, you build a following over the course of however long. For some people, it's taken years, and then it's just gone at the drop of a. It's just gone at the drop of a hat. It's gone, and everybody seems to be asking this question: why me? What did I do? I followed all the rules. I didn't post any hate speech. These are not the right questions to be asking. The fact is, these big tech companies haven't been allowed to do any of the shit that they have been doing this entire time. It's not like many people think. It's not a First Amendment issue. It's not a free speech issue. It's simply not. And what it also is not, is it is not a private business issue. All of these tech companies, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, they all operate under what is called the Communication Decency Act. Specifically, Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act. This act basically states that because they operate as a public space where people can say whatever they want, really, the companies will not be held responsible for anything that comes out of that. Say, like, if somebody decides to go on a mass shooting, if it's live streamed on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, these companies are not liable for that. They are granted immunity from any persecution that might come to them from those acts. Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act protects them. It protects them from getting in trouble for the things people do. This is what makes social media operate as a public space. The trade-off to that is that if you're not accountable for the things that people say on your platform, then you don't get to decide what people say on your platform. This is something that the government and competitors and creators have been dealing with since they started rolling out all these hate speech rules and laws and codes and whatever the hell you want to call them. Because it's not that they're unconstitutional. They don't really have any relevance to the Constitution. They're in violation of this particular Communications Decency Act, which they all agreed to. They have completely violated from day one. Not a single post was supposed to be removed. Not a single video, not a single comment. Nothing was supposed to be removed, ever, in order for them to maintain this protection that the government grants them. So this whole argument that because these are private entities, these are private businesses, that they don't receive any taxpayer funding, that they have the right to regulate speech on their platform is a total non-argument. This agreement that they sign with the government clearly states that they cannot decide what people say on their platform if they are to be protected under this act. So these tech companies have one of two choices. Either they adhere to the initial agreement that they're in violation of and return everybody's banned shit, or they forfeit this and have to take accountability for everything that is said and done on these platforms, and that's effectively suicide for them. So it's going to be real interesting to see where this goes going forward. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of action out of it recently. It's been relatively dead as far as the news sources going, but from what I have seen is that the profit margins for these companies are very, 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 very bad. You have investors pulling out constantly because it just seems like a bad deal. These tech companies are under an antitrust investigation from the federal government. They're facing a ton of public scrutiny because of their dystopian speech rules and regulations. And then you got the people that are actually in the know that are pulling up this Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act that are like, guys, you fucked up here. It's going to be very interesting to see where it goes. All of these social media companies, they're all on a time bomb. And it really just kind of seems no matter what they do, they're going to be fucked. And I'm going to be laughing at their being fucked. Because I've been fucked very hard by these companies for many, many, many years. It would be very nice to see them get fucked a little bit in return.